In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to crochet the bean stitch. This is the larger bean stitch. I have done a video on the mini bean stitch, which is also known as the Elizabeth stitch, but this is the larger bean stitch, or the main bean stitch if you like, and you get this lovely sort of crisscross effect with slightly puffy stitches. Really nice one. You do get a little bit of a drape depending on the thickness of the yarn you're using, but it's a really lovely quick one row repeated pattern. And I know how much you like your one row repeated patterns because you don't have to think about them too much. So this is such a mindful stitch that you don't have to worry about. So let's have a look at the tutorial. So I'm going to be using a Starcraft Aran, that's a worsted weight yarn. You can use any yarn you like for this. Because I'm using an Aran, I'm using a 5mm crochet hook. By the way, this is a Starcraft Aran. I think it was called Raspberry, but I might be wrong on that one. I'm going to need scissors to cut off my end and my needle to sew in my ends. So we're going to start off with the foundation chain because we're working in rows. So make your slip knot in whichever way you prefer. And your foundation chain needs to be made in any even number, so multiples of 2 if you prefer to call it that. So I'm going to do 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So if you would like to make your foundation chain larger than mine, then pause the video now and I will see you in a moment. So starting from the second chain from the hook, so we don't start with the one on the hook, so 1, 2, we're going to do a double crochet. And this first row is very simple, it's just giving us our base to work from, and we're going to double crochet in each chain working across. That's double crochet in UK terminology, that would be single crochet in US. So I'm just going to work to the end of the row and I will see you at the end of the row. So I'm just going to work my last double crochet, and there we have our first row. So the next row is the repeated pattern row, and it's a 1 row repeated pattern, and this is where we're going to do our bean stitch. So we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn. So we're going to double crochet in the very first stitch, remember that's UK term. We're going to skip a stitch, and in the next stitch we're going to do our very first bean stitch. And to do that we're going to insert, yarn over and pull through. That's 1, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. That's 2, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. And that's 3, and we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on our hook. We yarn over and we pull through all the 6 loops. Chain 1 to close off our bean, and that's your first bean made. We're then going to skip the next stitch and we're going to work a bean stitch in the next one. So insert, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. Got 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. Should have 6 loops on your hook. If you've got 7, it's because you did a yarn over before the first insert. So yarn over and pull through all the loops on your hook and chain 1, and there you have your second bean. Skip a stitch, work a bean stitch into the next one. And I just yarned over, right. Insert, yarn over, yarn over, insert, yarn over, 4 loops, yarn over, insert, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tricky that first one, because if you're so used to yarning over, you're going to want to do that, so just keep a check on that. Skip a stitch, another bean stitch, so insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. We've got 4 loops, so 1 more. Got my 6 loops, yarn over, pull through, chain 1. Skip a stitch. In the next one, another bean stitch, insert, yarn over, pull through. You've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. Got 4 loops, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. You've got 6 loops, yarn over, pull through all 6, and chain 1. Skip a stitch, and we're going to work our last bean in this stitch here. So insert, yarn over, 2 loops, 4 loops, 6 loops, yarn over, pull through all 6, and chain 1. Skip a stitch, and then in that very last stitch we're going to do a double crochet. The next row then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So we're going to do a double crochet in that very first stitch there. We're going to skip over this bean, and if you pull the beans apart, if you pull the bean stitches apart, you'll see that there are gaps in between. So we're going into that first gap after each bean stitch, and in there we're going to do a bean stitch. So insert, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through 4 loops, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through 6 loops, yarn over, pull through all 6, and chain 1. Skip the top of that bean there and work a bean stitch into the next gap. So insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. You've got 4 loops, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. You've got 6 loops, yarn over and pull through all 6, and chain 1. And again in the next one, insert, yarn over, pull through. Got 2 loops, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. You've got 4 loops, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. You've got 6 loops, yarn over, pull through all 6. And we're going to work our way down this row, doing the bean stitch into each of those gaps by the previous bean stitch. And this row is the repeated row, 1 row repeated pattern all the way through till you are happy that your project is finished. So we're going to put 1 more bean stitch in there, 1, 2 and 3, and pull through, and then in the very last stitch of the row we're going to put a double crochet, and that's all you need to do. The start of each row has a double crochet, the end of each row has a double crochet, and then you're doing your bean stitch in between, and you'll find your beans go one way in one row and then the other way in the next row, and they'll keep doing that all the way up. I'm just going to work a few more rows to show you how it looks, and I shall see you in a moment. So I've worked up a few more rows for you to see how the stitch looks. Obviously, being a 1 row repeated pattern, it's the same on the back as it is on the front. You get this lovely sort of crisscross effect with the beans, and it just gives you a nice dense fabric, and if you were using it with a chunkier yarn, that would be a really dense fabric. So that's how to do the bean stitch. So I really hope you found this tutorial useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps other crocheters to find our videos and to help them on their crochet journey too. I will pop 2 more videos on screen to help you on your crochet journey, and I will see you over there. Thank you so much for joining me on this one, and happy hooking!